Okay, Rome, one of our stocks to watch this week is Tesla. Give us the rundown.
Despite missing earnings the last 3 quarters, there's still a lot of eyes on Tesla. We had a lot of requests to do a bit of an in-depth analysis, look under the hood, and potentially get a preview as to what we might expect from this upcoming earnings report. So that's exactly what we did. I'm going to be referencing some of the information I put together for you guys here. But essentially, we're looking at an earnings on Wednesday after the bell, so on 10/23. We are expecting an earnings per share to come in at 58 cents, revenue to come in at 25.37 billion. Now, this earnings per share is a 12% drop compared to the same time last year, and an increase in revenue by 15% compared to the same time last year. Now, of the Magnificent Seven stocks, we have seen some pretty good growth this year to date, ranging from Microsoft growing 11% all the way up to Nvidia, which has 179% year to date. The one standout in that crowd would be Tesla, which is actually down about 11% year to date. Okay, now they've lowered their prices on their Cybertruck. They've offered really great financing. A lot of analysts see this as an indication that Teslas, at the very least, are not flying off the shelf. As I've said, they've missed earnings the last 3 quarters, and of those quarters, the stock has reacted negatively in 2 instances and positively in 1 instance. So I looked at that one earnings in April to see why the stock reacted positively despite a poor earnings report. And Elon came out and mentioned that they were going to be offering a lower cost to entry for Tesla, meaning they were going to be having a lower cost Tesla that's set to come out in 2025. He also then talked quite a bit about how Tesla should not be thought of as just a car company, but also a AI robotics company. Now, I would somewhat agree with this comment in that Tesla is a lot more than just a car company. They certainly are doing more than any other car company. They're doing different things than any other car companies. They have more data on autonomous driving than any other car company. All right, after we saw Elon come out and talk about this, their shares jumped an 11% after earnings, despite having a bad earnings report. So as always, if you're bullish on Tesla, you are bullish on the idea that Tesla has the potential to be much more than it currently is, not based on the reality of its current profit-driving car company.
Talk a little bit more about Elon and Jensen Huang's computer that they're making.
Yeah, so this isn't completely under Tesla. This project is a project that Elon completed and he plans on using for X or Twitter, as well as his Tesla car company. But they essentially, and by they I mean Elon and Huang, worked together. They had staff from both of their companies working to assemble this 100,000 GPU supercluster computer. There's nothing else like it in the world. Jensen Huang said that normally this would take a company 4 years to assemble. They did it in 16 days. They primarily plan on using this to develop AI, the AI chatbot Grok, but there's also many other uses, including improving the autonomous driving that Tesla currently does.
And then with the robo-taxi event, we saw like a big dip. So is Tesla a buy right now with this earnings report?
That's a very good question. Shares absolutely plummeted after the robo-taxi event. Clearly, the market sentiment was not great. After shares plummeted, we're sitting right above some key areas of resistance, some key areas of support. We've got support right around 218. We've got some resistance around 230. So that gives us an RSI of 22, which is indicating that it's oversold. And an RSI of 22, often precedes a potential rebound. So, if you're bullish on Tesla, I think the things to look for are, can Elon come out and do this same sort of song and dance? Is he potentially going to talk about this AI supercomputer or something else that gets investors and the market revved up? Is that going to be enough that, given its current drop and current status right above some support. Is that going to be enough to drive shares up? That's the question.